Rain dances work 100% of the time, if you dance until it rains. Someone kind of jokingly said this to me recently at an entrepreneur event, and I thought, man, right, I get it, it's clever, but there's actual genius behind that. You tend to get what you're looking for if you don't stop looking. Right? Like you eventually arrive where you need to be if your feet don't stop moving. The question we often find ourselves asking is, did the dance work? But the real question, the question of value, is how long are you willing to dance around that fire? You know, it's both liberating and terrifying. How much of yourself did you put into the pursuit? If you're moving forward, everything is possible. If you're moving forward, you are creating reality. The question is not, have you failed? The question is, are you still willing to move forward? It's not, did the rain dance bring the rain? It's, were you willing to dance around that fire until the skies opened up? It's certainly powerful to understand the difference between what we can control and what we can't, but it's also worth noting that those things we cannot control, even when they seem to make life harder, when they're not what we want, when they're frustrating and difficult and exhausting, they can be brought into your world and leveraged as tools to ultimately get you where you need to go. Slingshot to something better, right? There's value in all of it. Well, then everything that occurs around you is just a vehicle taking you closer to X. Put simply, you can't always control what happens, but you can always control what you do with what happens. And that's power. That is strength. Remember, quitting is not something that the external world projects upon you. Quitting is looking around and saying, wow, this is a lot. This is more than I can handle. I'm done. This is the end. And I want to take a second to remind you that if you put your head down and just continuously step into it, if you can remind yourself, I didn't make this situation, but day by day I can make something valuable from it, you're making yourself powerful beyond measure. It's not superhuman strength or some godly intellect that makes the difference at the end of the day. It's a willingness to understand, right? That if you do not stop, if you're willing to adjust and keep moving forward, you become invincible. There's a lot you can't control, but you can control what it all means and how you'll navigate it. That understanding is greatness. So dance around that fire until the rain falls, because if you dance long enough, it surely will.